glory, hallelujah, Luther at a high volume. It's never too much, it's never too much. Let your soul glow, that music make my soul show. Ain't what I wear, it's how I rap, and that's my form of fashion. I ain't crazy, I'm just passionate. Bada bing, bada boom.
What's happening with you,
Yo,
bro?
what's good with you, man? How you doing?
Shit, I just woke up, bro.
You look like it, man. I didn't catch you at a bad time, did I?
No. I went to the studio and took a little nap. What's up with you?
Man, we just on here talking about this project, and it's crazy because literally, I'm just saying, man, I was like, yo, I hope you tap in because we was talking about, I had Mike on here, and we was just talking about the whole
Mm-hmm.
song, and he was just saying how our verses kind of, when he got it, 'cause, he had the last joint, he's like, man, I had to really take a couple days to think about it, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
you were somebody that I always respected your pen, you know what I'm saying? And we probably
Mm-hmm.
had very,
Thank you. Appreciate
very few conversations on campus. So, for you to be willing to work with me and do the turnaround as fast as what you did,
it.
that's all
Mm-hmm.
love. That's all respect right there.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. I actually wrote that verse at Sushi King, believe it or not. Not Sushi. What it's
Sheesh.
called now downtown. What's that shit called now, bro? You know what Sushi King used to be downtown beside the mall?
Yeah.
You had sent it to me, and I don't know. Pen just been in a different place. I'm literally eat some shrimp tempura when I'm there by myself, so ain't like I'm with somebody. And you sent me the junk, and I wrote it before I even left the restaurant.
Sheesh. So, bro, like, what was going through your mind when you wrote that? Because it's to me, like, because I consider the album to be like, it's an art piece, and it kind of it has those spiritual components. And like when I'm listening to your verse, I'm just like, yo, bro, you getting deep in it, man. Especially like when you say at night who you call first, that whole part. I saved the rest of it because
Mm-hmm.
they got to listen to the track, but I'm saying?
I'm trying to think how that part go.
Yeah, at night who you call
Oh
first.
yeah,
Jesus Christ, a dope
at
boy,
night who
shorty
you
with the tight
call
skirt.
first?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ or shorty with the tight skirt who make the pipe burst, something like that.
yeah,
Yeah. So going into my own project is more like my own so I'm working on I'm dropping like 4 projects. I'm dropping the mixtape Saturday, which is all freestyles, and then after that, it's yeah, I'm dropping like this conscious trap project, and then after that, it's gonna be like another like real rap. It's gonna be like gospel also, and then the one after that is on some love below. But they're all themed together around God, whatever, and it's just showing the growth of this dude. You can say it's me, but it's a character I created in
yeah,
my head, and you can just see him. It starts from my last project where I did not believe in God when I dropped that last project 2 years ago, and then we all experienced last year the loss of my best friend.
yeah.
So like out of all the verses, they're all kind of like prayers. So when you sent it to me, and I was just sitting there, and I was listening to what you were saying, and I was like, let me just pray. So like that whole song is just me. It's like I'm sitting in the confessional. So I'm talking to whoever listening, but I'm talking about myself. Like it had been many nights where, I should have been on my knees praying. Like even just with just that part, I should have been on my knees praying. But instead I was with some shorty I shouldn't have been with. And everybody done been in that situation where we done been doing something we know better. And that's literally that my whole verse is just if you listen to his contradiction, it's like this man preaching to us, but then he talking about stuff that he did. Yeah, like I'm not like I'm not preaching, but I'm praying. Like I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
you what I should have did, but I'm gonna also tell you what I did wrong, and kind of like just hope that you can relate to it.
But see, that fits so perfect because I got the line where I say, "Life like the Boondocks." I feel like I'm a contradiction. You know what I mean? I feel like
Mm-hmm.
your verse picked up on that when you got that Huey and you got that Riley, and you know what I'm saying, all at the same time.
Facts. I'm trying to think how that verse started. She is straight from the pearly gates. All my goals is God given. Sing souls and aren't living. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know what happened, bro.
you got
When
the
I wrote
melody.
that
I
first
remember you
line, I
told
was
me you're
like,
like,
oh
"Yo, I
my
black."
goodness. Oh yeah, when I sent it to you, I was like, bro, I'm letting you know. I was on the first 4 bars. I'm like, I can tell by the first 4 bars where I'm about to go. I'm like, yeah, bro, the verse you about to get is different.
For sure, bro. So like, like I said, the pen is one thing. So what keeps you, so motivated to keep just writing lyrical? You know what I mean? Because I know as much as anybody else how much of a struggle it is right now. Not really, but you know what I mean for the
To be
type
a
of rap.
lyricist, yeah.
Exactly. What keeps that going for you?
Did I cut out?
Yeah, real quick, but I can hear you now.
Okay, my bad. Somebody was calling me. Honestly, bro, for me, it's just I don't even rap. I'm not rapping to get famous no more. Like, bro,
Exactly.
I'll be 27 in December, so at this point, I'm just doing it for what I love. And if somebody likes it, it's cool. Cause I'm about after this year, I'm done, which is why I'm putting out so many verses. It was like, okay, cool. If I can't do no more, like I'm trying to do 100 features before the year's over. On top of the mixtape, on top of the three, actual projects.
Yeah.
I'm just putting out as much as I possibly can. Meanwhile, managing two other girls. So for me, it's just I'm just trying to have fun with this again. Because when you get, oh, I need a hit, it becomes not fun. It's
Yeah, it's
not
a
fun no
job.
more. So to me, it's like, okay, cool. I could spend my career trying to chase a hit, and then it could still not work out. And then I'm remembered as the guy who put out these corny songs that didn't sound like him. Or I could, work my hardest, being who I truly am, and then if I still don't make it, cool. But the ones who do remember what I did, it's always gonna be, oh, that dude, yeah, he didn't make it, but that dude, you can trust you get a verse, and it's just like anybody. It don't even like I don't know features. I don't know why I spaz even different on features, but I always treat that verse like it's mine because like there's plenty of people who have never heard me that when they go put that song on, let
Exactly.
me go listen to it. It's like, okay, cool. And you just never know what your first impression is going to be. And I never want my first impression to be on something corny. Like, it's plenty of people who send me party songs. And it's just like, okay, how do I approach this? And then I always revert back. I'm from the South. I think you
Yeah.
from New York, right?
No, no, no. I'm from Charles City, Virginia. Super country out here where I'm at.
Oh, shoot. So yeah, so I'm from the Tappahannock, area like Chris Brown. I'm not from Tappahannock. I'm from Northumberland, which is even country than where
Yeah.
Chris
We used
Brown
to
is
play them
from.
in football, Northumberland.
Oh, word. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. We did play Charles City. Yeah, we used to play y'all in football. We used to play y'all in basketball too. So you know exactly how I come. Like I come from a place where graduating class 91 people, and there's two stop signs in the entire county. Both of them was when you exit.
That's my same
So it's like when
environment.
you yeah. So when I'm doing the only thing like, damn, is there a way for me to, still be on some country, party shit when they send me these party songs, but still be lyrical? And I always revert to Andre 3000 on that "Walk It Out" verse.
Yeah.
Andre
Yes,
got
sir.
it's a dance record, but Andre just went to a different place on that verse. Or I think about Andre on what was the other joint he did? The rich boy selling crack
Yeah.
because they
Throw
come
some
straight from
D's
the
on it.
back
That jump.
and they go straight from the front. Yeah, like I always just think about how Andre would approach it, depending when it comes to that, because that's kind of like my reference. Andre, Lupe was on plenty party songs. Kanye, I always think about like how do these guys who are more lyrically inclined would approach this verse, because you don't want to be too wordy, but you still want to show like, all right, bro, don't get it confused. Like
Yeah.
they
I
can
get
twerk to
busy.
this joint, but if a cypher pop up, and I think that's honestly the problem with the game right now. Honestly, is that people don't come up in those ciphers no more. The singers don't grow up in church no more. Like I remember when I first got to Norfolk State, this was years ago. Like this was before I dropped out and went to the military. That's why I came back so late. But when I was first there, it was like outside of the Towers building, bro. It used to be ciphers there every night.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about, we'd be up on a Wednesday at 2 o'clock in the morning. 100 people outside. There was another dude named Versace, not the producer, but it was another dude way back in the day. We used to call him Versace. He could freestyle on top of his head. Me and him be out there battling like at 2 o'clock in the morning with people watching. It's not too much of that going on because the internet, you know, allows you to kind of showcase where you're at
Yeah.
instead of you have to go and show your skill off, which is why a lot of people really just can't rap like that. So it's not a platform for people like us who really spit, to show off our, we can do freestyles on Instagram, but what's to get a show? That was our show, was the ciphers, and
Yeah.
they don't exist no more. A lot of the platforms that existed for people like us to get off don't exist no more. Like the rap cities
Yeah.
don't, the basements don't exist no more.
Freestyle
It's
Friday
nowhere for the
on six,
lyricists to
all that.
go. You said what?
Freestyle Friday on 106 and Park, all that stuff.
Yeah, it's like it's no place for us to go, as lyricists no more. So it's kind of like, what you gonna do it for? So for me, it's just like, bro, like it's cool. I'm just gonna show my pen off. If I don't make it, it just wasn't for me. But I'll be damned if I'm gonna remember as somebody that was out here cooning instead of my God gifted talent. Because when you got a God gifted talent, if you don't show it off, that means for me you just going against God.
Yeah. Man, I don't think. I hope you ain't gonna be done for real after the year, bro. Because, like I said, I always respect just people that able to do that. You know what I'm saying? And then, well, I hear the melodies you use and
I'm
the
just
cadences.
I just see where things is going, especially because I got this internship now as an A&R at this publishing company, and they just give me details, and I just study the music business part now because I manage two
Yeah.
girls. I remember 97. My mom was going to ODU. We lived in Newport News, and me and my middle name was O'Shea. My dad named me after Ice Cube,
Ice
and that show
Cube.
you, I was born with this hip hop shit in my blood. Literally, he literally named me after Ice Cube. But I remember we used to drop my mom in class, and then on the way back, the hottest song at the time was I think one say it's More Money, More Problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, more money, more problems. I was a baby, bro, like in the back seat. And I just remember hearing Mace say, "Who hot, who not." And then, like that was my introduction to hip hop. So that shit literally been in my whole life. So before I, lose love for, my identity, because honestly, when you love hip hop like we do, hip hop is kind
Yeah.
of your identity. So before I lose love for who I am and what I grew up in, the culture that I love, I'd rather just bow out and just enjoy it as a fan.
Yeah. As respect, though, I understand that. But see, I like that you say just with A&R and all the different things. You know what I mean? The people don't really think of. They come to it when you get multifaceted, and then you got the label and all that. All that is different ways to keep it going with what you love. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
different streams of income to create from it. You know what I mean?
Nah, I'm gonna do this shit for free. Like I've been rapping for 10 years for free. I've been doing this shit since I was 16. Like I started, like I would get off football, basketball practice, and I would used to work at this place called Chitter Chats. It was an ice cream parlor, bro. And I saved up like I was getting paid like less than minimum wage at the time, bro. Like I was working and I saved up to get this laptop that was so fucking small, bro. It didn't even come with the CD drive. It was that small. And I bought like a little $100 USB mic. And when I would get off of practice and work, I'd be in that closet. Like I had a little small walk-in closet, no bigger than the joints that be in suites. I had all my little radio equipment, my little recording equipment. I used to go in there and just rap, bro, and just get blank CDs and blank CD holders and print my CD covers outside of my mom was a teacher. I used to print my CD covers out of her printer, and I used to just throw them shits around school. So like I've been doing this shit since like 2011. So this is year 10 for me.
Oh, for sure. I've
But
been going
one
since
thing I am
12, bro.
learning, yeah, one thing I'm learning about this from this A&R position is that shit is not personal because I'm just an intern, bro. And you should see the amount of emails that I get that my people send me. They were like, all right, we need you to listen to this. Do we need to keep this person? Do we need to sign this person? Do we need to deny it? And bro, just from the amount of emails I get as an intern,
Yeah.
I can understand, when it gets to me or somebody, you might be number 113 that somebody to listen to that day. It's nothing personal. It's not like, oh, you're not good enough, bro. You gotta imagine by the time you get to number 12, your ears are just done, and
Yeah.
everything at one point starts to sound the same. So it's not
Exactly.
like something personal all the time. Sometimes people just might not be, what you're looking for. And unfortunately, we just in the game that's not looking for the lyrical dude. So you got to kind of what's going to make you different as a lyricist.
I think it's coming back though, man. I think slowly but surely, it's starting to be a little market for it.
Me and my boss had that conversation. My boss, he's the head of A&R or whatever, and me and him had this long conversation about how every 10 years the cycle repeats. If you think about it, bro, think
Yeah,
about the
ringtone
last.
rap.
Yeah, we think about the last. Okay, I'm 20. I'm 26. So let's just say the last 30 years. At the beginning of each decade, bro, it's that lyrical with the essence of hip hop comes back between let's say last year, right? I mean last decade. Last decade was '09. Let's say to '09 to 2014. Let's say Forest Hill Drive and To Pimp a Butterfly was the end of the lyrical era. And let's say '09 when that like ADHD had just came out, Friday Night Lights had all them Coles and all them, that's when all of them came out, right? And then from let's say 15 till 17, you had that mumble rap kind of
Yeah,
bullshitish era
SoundCloud
of
rap.
just like, yeah, like kind of bullshit. and then from 18 to let's say 20, it was both mixed. But even the shit that I wouldn't listen to, like I personally wouldn't listen to the Roddy Ricch. It's not what I'm listening to. But even still, the more commercial shit is kind of more polished, and you want to listen to it more. Like I can listen to a Roddy Ricch if the song come on, like I'm like, oh, I like this, but it's not for me personally. And that's even before that, the early 2000s. Let's say 1999 to about 2004, it was lyrical rap, and then you get to the middle of that decade, it was some bullshit, and you get to the end, and that's when the Kendricks and them started showing up. It happens every 10 years. The first half is what the essence of this shit really is, and then the latter half is the bullshit. So if you gonna get it in, this the 5 years to get it in, and in these 5 years, I'll be 30 at the end of this 5 years. So it's like I'm cool anyway.
Yeah, I feel that, man. That's some game right there. See, I can tell you love the hip hop as much as I love it, man. So it's always refreshing to have them conversations, bro.
Facts, bro. It's like, cause who you gonna have them with? It's nobody. It's nobody out there to have hip hop conversations because, bro, you can start talking to some of these dudes, bro, and it's like, oh, I'm a rapper, because I'm an engineer also.
Yeah.
So it's like when you talking to some of these guys, bro, it's like, oh, I'm a rapper, and then you just ask them the most simplest hip hop question, they can't answer it. They can't, bro. You be surprised, bro. And maybe I'm just getting to a point where I'm just getting older on the scene. A lot of these dudes couldn't tell you 3 Pac songs, and I hate that Pac would, had to use Pac as an example because that's like the bare minimum of when you're talking about like hip hop knowledge. Everybody know Pac, but the fact that everybody knows Pac and you can't tell me the simplest information on Pac, that's like you saying you're a scientist, but you can't tell me what E equals MC squared is. That's some entry level shit.
Yeah, for sure.
So you can't even have these hip hop conversations because there's nobody around to have hip hop conversation with. Like on my wall, like it's Matt Miller over here, and then you go over here, shit, it's a fucking rap shrine over here. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. I see the Illmatic. You see, I got the Illmatic up there, the Chronic. Like,
so it's nobody to have these conversations with, and it's like even if you had these conversations, how many people are really gonna listen and can keep up? And I think that's just I hate to get on the tangent like a little rant here, but that's just our culture in general. Like,
no, for sure though.
You never see that with white kids. You never see white kids disrespect Aerosmith. You never see white kids disrespect Nirvana. But anytime it's a new generation of rap and you want to educate them on a generation before them, anybody trying to hear that old nigga?
Yeah.
Nigga, what? Like, I never understood why niggas hate Joe Budden. Like my first album I ever bought was Joe Budden.
Right.
To niggas who like lyrics, Joe Budden is like, oh shit, that nigga's a spitter. But it's just we just in a generation that does not like anything that came before, and they think anything that came before, they associate the word old with not good, which I don't know. I don't know how the two correlate, because shit, the song Analog I put out last year, bro. Before I even put that out, bro, me and my engineer, my business partner, me and my nigga Aaron, me and Aaron studied so much. When Analog came out, bro, we recorded that in February. It didn't come out to July 10th. And I know it came out July 10th because my best friend died the next day. We didn't, between that time that we made it and we put it out, we studied so much Curtis Mayfield, bro. We listened to so many Marvin Gaye albums.
Yes, sir.
Because it was that feel, and we didn't want to. If we were gonna put it out, we wanted to put it out with everything. Like you heard the first version of that and the version that came out, you would think it's the same song because we studied so much before we put it out. Because we wanted to say, oh yeah, this is my impression of Marvin Gaye. I want to get the best impression of a Marvin Gaye song that I put out. I'm gonna put out when I did your verse. What did I listen to? I listened to what's that joint? Me and You. Yo, mama, bro. That's literally what I would listen to before I touch your verse. If you go back and listen to that verse and you listen to the way the big boy approached that joint, that's the same. It's the same everything. It's my best impression of Outkast.
I gotta tap back into that. Yeah, yes, sir. I like stuff like that. That's yeah. That's an Easter egg for the people right there, for sure.
Bro, you definitely if you go listen to that joint and then go back and listen to I can't think of it on top of my head because I got so many thoughts going on right now. But if you go back and you listen to that verse and then go back to that joint, you be like, okay,
Elevators.
I hear what you went. Like
That's
I'm slightly off beat the entire time, bro. On certain parts, I'm slightly off beat because Big Boy was slightly off beat when he wrote that shit.
yeah.
And I was like studying. I was like, okay, how did he do that? And then I just went and I went and just produced what I heard.
Elevators, man. And that's literally that's heavy. So you say we got the project, the mixtape dropping Saturday, right?
Yeah.
And we can get that. Tell the people where they can get that at, man. So we can all yeah.
So I don't know if niggas still do this shit no more, but I said I wanted to bring that feel back, like that real rap. So it's just me just freestyling over any beat I could find. Like I literally started making it Monday and it's gonna come out Saturday and it's like 34. It's gonna be 34 verses, bro. Like I literally started. I just wanted to have fun. I hadn't dropped an actual project in 2 years, so I piff like beat. I want. That's
Oh,
why
you
I'm putting
breaking
it
up
out
a
on
little.
those kind of sites. Because do people even do freestyle tapes anymore? I don't know. So
Right, just Wayne.
you know, black. Did you hear anything I said? Because you black on my screen.
Nah, I heard you though. You was talking about, just with the freestyle tapes not being made. Can you hear me?
Yes, I don't know they being made anymore, so I'm putting it on the Dat Piff site. Like I want to bring that Wayne feeling back or like 50 Cent when niggas was selling out the trunk. Like I want
Yeah.
to bring that feeling back. And I'm not really care. That's why I'm just throwing it. Like I'm just throwing it out. Like I said, 34 verses. I started on it Monday, putting it out Saturday. Like it's barely mixed, but that's what I was going for. Like I just want it to sound like somebody handed you this CD out the back of your trunk.
You hit a hunger in it.
You said what?
There's a hunger in it.
Yeah, bro. Just like I just want to restore that feel because somebody got to bring it back, bro. Like I love the culture, I love the art so much that I just don't like where it's going. And famous or not, bro, it's just like if I can just change 5 people's opinion on it, I don't care if it's 5 people that listen to every song and then nobody else listens to it. If those 5 people, if that shit make them love hip hop like the way that we grew up on hip hop, then the mission is complete.
For sure. Definitely gonna be tapping into that, bro. I appreciate you for coming through the live and even the verse and all that stuff. I hope we can get some more tracks in for sure.
Like I said, bro, I'm trying to get 100 features done before the year is over. So send that bitch. I'm already 5 in. I'm 5 in, and I executive produced another girl's project. So I'm on the right track, bro. But I'm trying to have that done by August, bro. I don't even care if it's good or bad, bro. Whoever got a verse, if you listen to this shit, send this shit because I'm just trying to get as many verses as I can get done before the end of this year over.
Most definitely. Appreciate you, bro. I'm pretty sure you got a studio session to go to. Every time I see you, you're in the
No, I
studio.
told you. I just
Like,
told you.
good.
I just woke up. I'm
I
not
thought you
going
were
nowhere.
going.
But I will tell you though, bro. Keep the reason why I'm gonna tell you this last trick, and this is what I'm doing 100 verses. I'm not just trying to do 100 verses to be heard. I am for exposure wise because
Yeah.
people keep saying this Juhhad Leone name everywhere. All right, let me check him out. But one thing I learned from my internship, bro, is the way that these algorithms work on these streaming platforms is entirely too evil. It's all about how much you can generate before they even put your song on a playlist. Playlist is gonna be the big thing, bro, coming up. So
Yeah.
the reason I'm doing 100 verses is because you get every stream that song get counts towards you. So when you seeing people at the end of the year showing these Spotify numbers, most of the time it don't even be from their songs. It be from all the features they did. So you can imagine if I do 100 features, and all of them just do, let's just say 5,000, 100 times 5,000.
Yeah.
Now that's 500,000 streams off of just verses that ain't even counting mine. And then you put the 3 projects where I could do 1,000,000 streams just rapping.
Okay. I see. I get it now. I get it for sure.
Hey, bro, that's how we got to start thinking as lyricists. We got to
Dang.
start thinking outside the box.
Hey man, we ain't gonna think outside of it because we ain't never in the box. You feel me?
Facts, facts. Well, congratulations on your project, bro. I'm about to go to sleep. I'm about to do a little herbal relaxation meditation, technique,
Yes,
and
sir.
listen to the whole project from top to bottom, bro.
No love.
All right, bro.
I appreciate you, bro. That's what we do. That's what we do.
Right now.
There's so much to learn throughout all this, man. We got the digital art. We got the 100 feature 4 project technique.
Man, it's the year. People doing
Listen,
crazy things.
it's feeling good. And you notice how a lot of people are kind of like repeating almost the same things. You feel me? That just let me know it's surrounded by the right people. But everybody is still in here, Goodfellas out on all platforms. Check it out. Link is in the bio. You feel me?
Nah, go ahead.
I don't know what I was going to say. I was going to ask you if you had any questions for me while we're here because I couldn't think of where we left off at.
I was actually about to ask you what was your favorite track, and then what was your favorite track to record, and then what was your hardest track to record, or what pushed you the most?
Let me look back. Okay, boom.
That's crazy. I got this right here.
My favorite one, it's a tie between Get Your Hand on My Pocket and Never Too Much, because with Get Your Hand on My Pocket, that's like, to me, that kind of put me in like a bag where I'm like, I felt the most comfortable there. Like, I felt like it was the most effortless. I could just gymnastic, flip the words, you know what I'm saying, all these different ways. And then the beat had like that. And, I told you I like to record now, at least right when the sun out. So, the blinds is open. I got the candles lit. And just the way that beat feels, it put me in a real good mood. And Never Too Much, because when I wrote it, I felt like it was one of my best verses when I finished it, man. It just, but everything I said and then both of them beats is kind of upbeat too, you know what I'm saying? So I think those, I'm gonna say them two was my favorite. And challenging stepping on Versace just because of wanting to have the right delivery, and you know what I'm saying, I wanted to make myself sound like camouflage with the beat, you know what I'm saying? So how the beat is like breaking down and stopping, starting, I try to do that with the flow and capture it in the voice perfect. And even like a track like Element, I say might have been, a think piece for me because one is the intro. So I always, especially as I go down further with the music, every intro that I do is like I wanted to just capture something, you know what I mean? I want when you hit play on this, the first thing you hear, I wanted to kind of just like strap your seatbelt on, you feel me? So, I said earlier, probably 2 hours ago, that I did that like 3 different times, you know what I'm saying? Like 3 different days of doing it. But definitely stepping on Versace because I recorded so many times and thought I had it. And then after I thought I had it, I still ain't have it and recorded maybe 3 more times, 2, 3 more times. And the version that's out, you know what I'm saying? And I keep looking back. Colors was fun. Colors was fun because that was the only song that I didn't get back, but I knew I wasn't going to get it back early, you know what I'm saying? And with that, I was able to flip the original bar that I had. I didn't re-record the whole thing. So like just listening to it, I don't think you can tell what came from what session, you know what I'm saying? I think I camouflaged it in so it all sounded like it came through at one time.
Yeah.
So that was fun just to do that. And then I felt like the part that I added to it I added like that whole end part where I start like really going crazy to me. I added all that to it. So I felt like with me having more time with the beat, like I said, it can go one or two ways. Either your verse is going to get weaker at the end or it's going to get stronger. So I kind of felt like I just Mario Kart power up, you know what I'm saying? And I'm I'm ready for it. You feel me? I'm going for the take.
Mushrooms.
For sure. So that was it, man. Those songs, all of the songs are just, we got something.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get too overzealous, but I definitely.
But it's one of them things where at least I'm gonna keep speaking into existence. You know, we can go back, we're gonna look at this and we're gonna be like, man, when it first came out versus where it's got the potential to go, Gotta get some visuals out here.
Yeah.
That's the next thing.
That's actually I think we was about to talk about that before Juhhad came in.
Probably, bro, because Caleb was talking
Yeah.
about it. I feel
Yeah.
like go ahead.
I got the camera too. I was gonna say, so
Yes, sir.
I'm definitely down to shoot some visuals, man.
Man, whenever the time is right, you just let me know. I ain't got nothing to do. So we'll get it straight, we chop it up on that. I will say, what songs you think will have the best? I gotta keep looking back. And had the best visual to go with.
Visual. Hold on, now I gotta look.
Yeah, you feel me? I got it right behind me. I wish the people. Let me get it on here. Out now.
All right. When you say the best visual, what can
you automatically just like, yo, this has to have a visual?
Never too much. Never too much in Soul Train. I know for a fact.
See, I said Soul Train, but after talking to both of them, because this is the first time even for me that like I'm hearing how the process went for these verses.
No, it's the same for me too. I'm hearing some Easter eggs too, so this is good.
So I'm like, yo, ooh, I can see that. I can see everything that he just told me in a video.
Yeah. This definitely puts perspective on each of the songs. I wish K.I.
Man, me too. I'm about to text her in a few, but that's why I'm waiting on her and 3K to come through. I know 3K told me he was getting off work. He got work. I don't know when he said he was gonna try to join, but I want her to get in here because she got, I don't know, let me send it to her other Instagram. I think she one of them 2 Instagram people like myself.
Yeah.
Cause
it's rare to a female verse that crazy. Like she really did her thing. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Oh, man.
She came crazy on that.
We gotta get her in here, man. She might be asleep or something, or either she in the studio. I'm trying to find any excuse for the people, but yeah, I gotta get her in here for sure, man. I don't know if that should be a question. I don't know if that's a fair question to say, what's your favorite feature verse? So before I ask you that, what's your favorite just like verse in general? What's your favorite verse of mine on the whole thing? Boom. That's a better question.
Okay. Let me. Dang, this a lot of.
I got him.
All right, I'm gonna do the song.
Okay.
I would say it's between Heavyweight, 1,000 Presidents 2, and Colors.
See, that's cool because Colors and Heavyweight, they don't really have like no hook to them for real.
It's straight, just straight bars. And I mean, this sort of go back to what Juhhad was saying, but the whole hip hop music notion, I was brought up on, hip hop, not really the stuff that's out right now. So when you did that, I was like, yeah, I can really respect this a lot more than the other songs on the project. Not to say that they're bad, but just the way you approached it, I can definitely respect it. Like, this is.
Yeah, they don't do them like that, man. That's just, to me, rip. That's saying I'm not going for radio. I'm not going for the radio.
Nah.
We're gonna do everything that's supposed to be the rules. We're gonna go against it. I don't want traditional production. I don't want traditional raps. I don't want people with traditional features. None of that. You feel me?
Right.
Another thing, I want to kind of just tap into is like the cover art to the project, because remember, like when I first sent it to you versus what it turned into. You know what I'm saying? Like the finished product of it.
Well, I want to say the original. It didn't have.
It wasn't as artsy. It didn't look like the oil painting or whatever that it looks like now. It was just like the plain picture.
I think for that, I think you sent it to me one day, and then what was I looking at? I saw Freddie Gibbs. Freddie Gibbs. Yeah. I seen Freddie Gibbs. What's the project he just dropped?
Well,
Whatever
Alfredo.
that project is. Yeah, Alfredo. I saw that and I was like, why don't you? I don't say make it look the way we got it now, pretty
Yeah,
much. So
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
thinking along that lines, and then from
I don't
there,
know if they could tell though that like the microphone is what's on the plate. I got a real knife and a real fork in my hand, and the microphone is on the plate.
now I gotta look at it.
Oh, you ain't know that? I ain't know if people could tell after I put like the effect on it. But if they was to zoom in, you can see that there's a microphone on the plate.
Show list.
Yeah, my exact microphone that I recorded the whole thing on.
This nigga put a microphone on the plate. Nigga, nigga, you ain't tell me.
I thought you peeped it.
I did.
Yeah, that
Nah,
comes.
that's tough.
See,
That's tough.
that's the thing though. When color art have elements to it, like stuff like this just don't happen. Like you could just people want to take a regular picture and all that stuff. No, man, let's
Yeah.
make some cover art where you're not gonna catch everything. And my homeboy, D-Wall, he used to make a lot of the covers. He put me onto that because he would do the jump with the laptop, and when he do it, it'd be like a picture, it'd be words or something in there, and I'd be like, yo, I've heard this for all these years and never knew it, but just like different cover arts, you feel me? So I wanted, of course, for the Goodfella aspect, I put the suit on, I went to the dining room, and I was like, man, okay, I gotta do something that's different. Give me the microphone, put it on the plate, knife, fork, straight up like it's a piece of steak or something. That's what it is. Cause it speak onto it, speak to the art, speak to the lyrics. That's what it's all about. And somebody needs to join this live.
Somebody's joining.
No, I said somebody needs to.
Oh yeah.
They got me. I'm on one. Wait, what you saying?
Oh. Nah, I was gonna say, I think when people drop projects, one thing they tend to overlook is the artwork, because the artwork that's what's gonna grab the attention, honestly, before they even listen to anything. So I feel like the artwork for Goodfellas, it's almost like listening to one of the tracks. Like it's just, I can't even explain it.
Exactly.
It's something within itself. Yeah, it's this.
Exactly.
It's his own thing. It's his own thing.
You know, yeah. Man, I'm talking about. This is why I have to experience. I think this kind of makes it feel more like we just dropped something. You know what I mean?
I just thought of one more thing too. The hashtag.
With the Black Renaissance.
Yeah.
So we ain't get into that yet.
Oh, my bad.
No, we good. No, I'm saying it's a good thing because I wasn't thinking about it.
So I just, what made you come up with that? Like what?
Man, it's a mix of movies I was watching, kind of. Just like everything that's going on, bro. Like in the trailer, I kind of tried to take on that. Like when you think of sports, you think of the top people in sports, the black people. You know what I'm saying? You think about politics right now. You know, I'm not a political person really myself, I would say, but we got a black woman in the vice president seat right now, which is a big deal, whether you're a political person or not. And film, especially it was three films that really did that for me, and it was The Photograph, it was Sylvie's Love, and what's the last joint? Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Those three movies had like a jazz influence. You feel me? So I started, maybe, I don't know when it was. It was last year. I don't know. Like I said, 2020 is a blur, so it's probably 2019. I started like listening to jazz music every once in a while, you feel me? And I started you look at like some of the most legendary jazz songs, whatever, they're not made in the 80s, they're not made in the 90s. Most of them is like 60s and before that, you feel me? So, it took me back. I started appreciating just different things more, you know what I mean? Even another movie I forgot to mention, Love Jones, but that's in the 90s, so I'm kind of talking about what's going on right now. But Love Jones is definitely another one of them. But just everything that's going on and thinking about things like Black Wall Street, thinking about the Harlem Renaissance.
Right.
And just, they seem like they're more so like just moments. Like they just happen and they went away, you know what I mean? They never had to have a longevity with it. So I feel like now especially like with everything that happened last year, it puts us in a position to where a renaissance is really like it's here. You know what I mean? It's approaching.
Yeah.
It's in its early stages because stuff that we listen to and the messages that come from it, and even like I say, film, and it's so many different black directors and everything like that. Like let me think. What's my man's name? The dude, he made Blackish and he got the show on Netflix. Kenya Barris. There we go.
Yeah.
Kenya Barris, Lena Waithe,
Jordan Peele.
all of them. You feel me? Like I want to sit at the table with those people. You get me?
Okay.
So with that, it all came full circle. So I'm like, man, stuff with Harlem Renaissance. And then how ironic it was that YouTube literally came out with the Black Renaissance documentary that I still gotta watch. But at the same time, I don't think it's a coincidence at all.
Sure.
But it feel like I say, like I was telling Caleb, man, with just the whole mafia aesthetic, it's like taking Black power and like forcing it through the door. Like we're not gonna knock, we're not gonna, wait for somebody to tell us to come in or wait for somebody to say, yo, this is what we are now. We're going to literally break through. And then, even with everything that's happening, I've been seeing support Black business more. Because, before that, it was Black people charge too much. You can't do business with Black people. You know what I'm saying?
I will say this definitely been the year that I've started to see a lot more just Black.
Everywhere. And then, like, think about Black History Month, bro. You saw it everywhere. It was, like, Target had a Black History Month section in the store.
Bro, this is the first time I'm seeing Black people on Facebook post outside of February.
Crazy.
Like, this shit is different. Like, this year is definitely something in the air, something in the water. I don't know.
And you saw all these different things start to happen. And even like, what's the big movie jump? Was it the Golden Globes?
Yeah.
That just happened. Who just but that just happened in what was it? They say Black people cleaned up there. That's like usually the place that's criticized for not giving Black people anything.
Oh yeah. And then I want to say they had this was the lowest year of attendance or something. Like this was their
I think they did
year.
it virtual this year. I'm not sure. I ain't really look into it, but I just like seen it and scrolling.
Yeah, first time they did virtual this year.
But man, just with all that coming through, it's telling you there's something going on, man. And then like Griselda is another thing that influences me, just because, independence is one thing, branding, and the way they rap, and it kind of, for me, it gave me more confidence to know, okay, I can do this and I can get to this level, or I can surpass that level, but I know that it's a market and it's a way that I can do that. So, just with Westside Gunn and the way he talked about just the art and different stuff like that. So that's how I got into the Kerry James Marshalls of the world. And I always like going to, art museums or whatever, but like really just looking into things. Like, I was supposed to say this on one of my videos, so I say it here. Just like even with the color Black, I seen Kerry James Marshall take a picture and he was like, okay, boom. So I'm about to use 3 different colors of Black. And like, you're not going to be able to tell on the flat surface that these are 3 different shades of Black, but when, I hold it up, you can look at it, you can see how all these colors mesh in together. So I was like, man. Because, they was asking him, because all like his I don't want to say characters, I'm trying to think what they call them. But, the people that he uses in them are like, dark skin tone. And he's using 3 different shades of Black onto that. So I saw him do it on the little documentary I watched. I'm like, man, all this stuff that's going on perfectly aligns with what we're doing, with what the messaging of the album is, you know what I'm saying? So let's just throw Black Renaissance on it. And if it catch on, then it catch on. But with anybody that's saying it, I don't care. They got it from right here from us, because we can go back and I can pull the messages up, and this is something we talked about. So
hey, you better copyright that joint now.
I probably won't even be able to get that now that YouTube got it.
Nah, yeah.
Ain't even worth that fight.
Nah, I'm here for it though. Here for it. You think that's a hashtag that's going to carry on past Goodfellas?
I would hope so. I'm gonna say yes. I would hope so. Once people start to see it, I don't think a lot of people have seen it yet. You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, it's hard to see something when you're living in it, when it's going on. You know what I mean? Like people not realizing we living in the next history books because we living in it.
Literally.
But down the road, it's gonna be a time where, whether it be kids, grandkids, if it's even then when they bring their homework home and coronavirus or something is on there, you feel me, or you know, anything that's been going on recently is gonna be in there. You be like, oh, I lived through that. You know what I'm saying?
Trump.
Yeah, all that's gonna be in there, and we experienced it fully and made it through it. So it's gonna be interesting just to see all that, man.
Definitely.
So, go ahead.
Nah, I was gonna say I think that's definitely gonna be a memorable hashtag. It's definitely I think it's gonna pick up speed. We just stay on top of things and just carry out the way we're doing now.
See, the goal is for it to be more than a hashtag. You feel me?
Right.
It's funny, like, do we even refer to it as a hashtag? You know what I mean? Because what were they calling the Harlem Renaissance when that was going on? I think of, like, stuff like that. Like, what were they thinking in their mind while all this is going on Black Wall Street? How are people thinking of this stuff? You know what I mean? Why they living in it?
Right. Right.
But what's next for you, man? What can we all look forward to?
What's next? Not gonna lie, I'm sort of in the space where when this year started, I wanted to do as many, I guess, futures as possible. So I'm in the process of literally like on some Kanye, just trying to make a bunch of projects for people.
Man, it sounds like you got some clientele too from everything I heard on here. The prices just went up.
Nah. But outside of that, it's really just been I'm trying to pick between working on other people's projects and myself, but I think I'm gonna work with other people.
I think you can do all of it, bro. I don't even put no limitation on you for real, especially the way you crunch some things out, man.
See, now that's gonna put a bar. I gotta reach it every time.
Yeah, it is. Well, that's what I want, man. That's what I'm here for. We gotta set these challenges for each other, man.
Right. No, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
No,
But definitely work with other people. I'm gonna try and drop. Not try. I'm gonna drop something soon, but I'm gonna do it in an unexpected way. So that's all I'm gonna say.
No, it's different. I got another question for you. This is just like from my ego. I think this is an ego question. This is what I ask my boy RJ Banks all the time. Am I the person that's rapped on like the majority of the beats? Like, who's rapped on the most? Who you got the most placements with? That's what my question is. There we go.
It's you.
Thank you. Okay, that's all I want to know. So that, you know what I'm saying? Just so I can, for my ego, so I can be like, oh, you know what I mean? When it come down to it, can't nobody lace a Versace beat like me. And that's my thing that I'm going to stand on to this day, forever.
It's crazy. It's crazy you say that because I want to say my sister, somebody, I was in the car with somebody the other day and I was playing, what was the project you dropped with, the project you dropped before this?
The Still Up jump or Burden?
Yeah. Burden Boy. I was playing Burden Boy and it was like, I forgot what they said exactly, but it was like, I always hear this person on your beats. I was like, yeah, like, nigga. I mean, so it's sort of you got it, bro.
It's finna go hand in hand. That's what it is, bro.
It's hand in hand, yeah.
No,
definitely hand in hand.
And it's not gonna stop here, bro. Like I don't know, maybe I'll hit you up. No, I'm gonna say it, bro, because whoever, at this point, whoever like keep watching it, they just a real one. Because like I said, it's almost 3 hours probably. So
it's 12 more minutes, not 3 hours.
But you know, my plan, I don't know if you remember the joint I was calling Unplugged. I don't know if I'm gonna keep the Unplugged title. That's what I want to do next. So like, I feel like we've captured this jazz aspect, you know. And with RJ Banks, I kind of captured. I don't want to say trap because I don't think it's trap, but it's more of the updated, I guess, sound. You feel me? So I love that I can go to two different sounds. But for my next project, I want to do something just like funk, like soul. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see how we made this is like the think piece. This is like the deep. So I want us all to come back together and do something that's like feels like summertime. Like, we're Still Up. It was supposed to be, this is the music we getting out the house to. With this is the music we getting out the house to. I want it to be like just musical, upbeat, make you dance, like R&B almost. Like I don't know if you a big R&B person.
Yeah, bro, I
Okay,
listen to it.
so it's a lot of new R&B that's out. Like one of my favorite, Victoria Monet. I don't know if you hip on her, but she got this song. Well, her whole album, but she got like some songs that just make you want to go outside. That's why I started taking walks and Van Jess, Lucky Day. The way they got like, I'm inspired by a lot of that right now. And I'm gonna send you a song when we get off here that I did last year that I want to put on there. But I want to make something that just feels good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then after that, well, before that, it's crazy. Technically, I already started working on what's next. I'm gonna do a little EP jump. Me and RJ gonna do. He sent me like 6 beats one day. I asked him for one, I think, and he sent 6, and I recorded.
Shout out to RJ, by the way.
But so he was in here earlier. It was funny. He just like tapped in and tapped out, and probably made another beat or something. But we're gonna do like a little 6-song EP because we're about to put 1,000 Nights on all streaming platforms. I don't know when because I'm trying to make sure that this gets everything it needs. But Juhhad got me really thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? When he said all that stuff.
Yeah, he dropped some gems, man. I ain't gonna lie.
For sure. But the 1,000 Nights joint that came out in 2018. So now we're gonna put that on all streaming platforms, and I'm gonna put like it's 4 songs that weren't on the project. They came out, but they just didn't come out with projects. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put them on there just to spice it up a little bit, make it. I don't want to call it deluxe. It's more of like an expanded edition, I guess. Do that, and then so boom, I got the little EP, the unplugged jump. Then I figure maybe I don't know. It don't have to be this year, but it could be this year. Goodfellas Part 2. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely it's confirmed almost in my mind because I don't see why not. But
this all I'm gonna say. Actually, no. Go ahead.
It's just you gotta get into the movie bag. I need you to see what I'm seeing because I'm doing with Goodfellas what they did with Godfather. Like when you watch Godfather 1, Michael Corleone he taking the head. So when you get to Part 2, some people say Part 2 is better than Part 1 because you're seeing him go through everything at the top already. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of my mind to do that with Goodfellas. They see us right now, but next time they see us, it's gonna be way different than this time for sure. So remember this moment.
Definitely.
But what you was gonna say? I got to hear it. Just let it out. They watch it. They real.
All right, I ain't gonna say too much, but speaking on the Goodfellas 2, you already know. I already got that tucked away. That's already done. Then speaking on the funk project, see that's why I ain't wanna say too much, but I already had some funk tucked away too. So I was
For sure. And I got one of them beats you sent me is in my folder for that. The I don't want to say it without saying it, but I got to the Anita Baker jump. That's tucked away in that. Because it's just, and I'm gonna send you the song that I got done, and then later on, cause I'm probably not gonna talk for the rest of the day after this. I'm talking too long, but I'm gonna hit you up, and because it's like a whole visual concept that comes with that song, and you gonna get it though. I want to do something that's just upbeat, summertime, feel good.
I'm there for it.
So and right now I'm calling it unplugged just because it's like unplugging from the matrix. And it's like unplugging from everything that's going on and just being in this vibe of whatever this project's going to be. And at the same time, it's because I watch a lot of Tiny Desk concert. And before that, you had like MTV Unplugged. So, you know what I'm saying? I want this to be the music where if I had a band, because everybody's stuff don't sound good with a band. So I want to make it to where if I had a band, it's going to sound crazy. You know what I mean?
That's thinking on that next level.
Oh, yeah. I told you, we never going to get inside the box. Man. I just look at it and keep walking. You feel me?
Sir. Yes, sir.
But 3K, shout out to 3K, shout out to KI. Who else? My boy Tech, shout out to them.
Shout out to Jet, man.
Man, rest easy, Jet, for sure. And, that's what we're gonna close it with that, that song. I think because the sequence in the album, sequence is always important to me. So the end stretch, but especially from Soul Train to Black Business to Jets Fly High into Never Too Much to me is probably my favorite like stretch of the album, because this is one thing I keep saying, like with Black Business, well, actually, with Soul Train, I'm gonna start it there because I gotta go in the order. Soul Train is almost like looking at yourself to what you want to be. You know what I'm saying? To like, okay, this is where I'm at right now, but this is where I want to be. And then going into Black business, it's like this is the goal. This is what we want. This is us. We're in here now. You know what I mean? This is the highest of highs. This is the biggest win that we could reach, where everything is in the world is, you know, is black on. You feel me? Everything in our world, at least I guess I should say. But ultimately, everything in the world. But as you know from Burden Boy, a lot of what I said was, you know, I preached about not really taking losses. Like I say, only L's is lessons or something like that, which is something I still do
Right.
believe to an extent. But I got to the point where I was like, and it's a song on here, Heavyweight. I think I literally said lessons and blessings, but sometimes we take losses. So I kind of had to realize, okay, and this is I seen this on the Caleb post recently, and it made me think. It was like, are we playing to win or like playing to not lose, kind of? You feel me? So
Yeah.
with that, I was just like, yo, you can lose one game, 2 games, you could still win a championship.
Right.
You feel me? So championship teams, they're gonna take losses, but if you winning forever, you never gonna know what it feel like to lose. So you really on cruise control. You take that loss, that's when you got to take a loss to learn from it. You know what I mean? You're not going. You feel me? So
Absolutely.
With Jets Fly High, it's like taking that loss. You feel me? So we just went from like the highest of highs, you know, from Black business and just that upbeat, that Ace of Spade music to man, like, oh, we took a loss on this. This came with everything that, you know, we're here for. You know, we came here to get these wins, but at the end of the day, like, it's always gonna be something that's going on. It's always reality going on. You know what I mean? So that's a real L to me. That's something I hold the L. You feel me? I hold the L on that one, just because of, you know, my brotherhood that I had with bro. You feel me? Just because of I knew that he was somebody that, you know, if he was here with us, then that feature in Jet would be a verse probably that, you know, was supposed to be here. He would be on this live with us, you know what I'm saying, talking about that. And unfortunately, you can't do that, but it fits right into it because, you know, at the same time, we can't make this world that we want to see if we still got, you know, Black people killing Black people, man. You feel me?
Right.
We can't have all this stuff we talking about when that's still something that's going on. So when it came to that song, it was just, I want to make it as real and as raw as I can. You know, I want to pay respect to bro, but at the same time, I'm gonna speak my piece on just everything else because it fits right into what's going on. You got to remember, this man, June 2020 is when he got killed. So he literally gets killed in the midst of a pandemic and in the midst of all the protests and stuff that's going on. You feel me? Like, all this is going on and this is what's happening. Like, I'm already taking this stuff in. Now it's this reality that it hits a little harder. You know what I mean? It hits a little closer to home. So my favorite line in that song is, just because the whole album is almost, there's so many contradictions in it. When I say, you know, everything I say and everything that I just said right here about everything I said, you know, for everybody rewinding and listening to what I said, the last line that I say is, I wish bro would have been the shooter, at least he would have still been here. So after everything that I just said, I'd rather him had killed the dude, bro. And, you know, I hate to say it, but it's the truth. That's as real as it's gonna get. You know what I mean? If it comes, it's what it comes down to. You feel me? You feel me? And even going back to, it ties in with stepping on Versace. I think it was. If we ever in that jam, I tell my dog signal because we ain't going out victim. It's just real, bro. It's just real. It's like, unfortunately, this is the reality. You know what I mean? And
Unfortunately.
with Jet, man, he was always somebody that would support. You feel me? Like, Burden Boy came out, Jet on live, not on live, he was on his story, you know, smoking out, listening to Enemy Party, bro. I still got it. I'm happy I can still view it to this day, you feel me? So, like, I know what it was with bro, you feel me? I know all the stuff that he had the potential to do, so now it's really up to us. And, you know, anybody that knows, bro, to make sure that we get all this stuff accomplished for him, man, because I feel he with us in some type of way. So with that song, it's bigger. You know what I mean? Everything is bigger picture with me, anyways.
Right.
You know, long live Jet, man, for real, one,
Jet, man.
real one. But I want to ask you about the last jump, the finished canvas. Cause it was funny, cause somebody asked me that I put like the vocals on there. I'm like, nah, it came like that. Even like the 18 jump there was asking me. So I want to talk about that last jump, the finished canvas. Cause that's like,
canvas.
I almost called it Versace's track, but I was like, nah, I don't know. I thought about it, but I'm like, he ain't really saying nothing on it. If he was saying something, it would have been Versace's track. Now that I think about it, I wish I would have did that. But go ahead.
I think when it comes to tracks like that, I like to do, what are they called? I like to say like speeches.
Yeah, like almost like an interlude skit.
Make them speak for me in a way. Like, and I felt, I don't know why I resampled the same. Because I want to say,
much.
what is it? It's never too much, and then it's finished canvas, right?
Nah, see, I didn't even put them beside each other because I wanted to mess people's head up. I put never too much at 12, finished canvas at 14. Because I knew that there was like a part 1 and 2, but I'm like, ooh, I want to mess people up with just throwing something in the middle.
I think at the time I was like, you know what? I'm going to flip this sample, but different from this. And then something happened. I came back and I was like, nah, this is probably a perfect place for a speech because the sample itself was just, it was clean by itself. So I don't know. It's just, I like to sometimes just let the track speak. Like,
but what was it like specifically though, like about that, the I guess the vocal part that you put in there? What was it specifically about that?
What was it, or what do you mean,
like what made you use that part? No, I can't hear you. Oh, there you go.
That scene in particular, I don't know. It's just a lot of energy behind that. And I was looking at a lot of mafia films at that time because I was trying to get some inspiration. And then I came across it on YouTube. It just stuck out, and I was like, yeah, this is the one. I don't know. It's very energetic, but it's a build up. So it's like watching a movie, but listening to it.
No, I got that vibe.
And if you've seen the film, then you'll know the reference that it is. But I can't think of the movie right now.
Oh, okay.
I want to say it's Scarface. I don't know.
Man, that went right over my head. Yeah, I was wondering. Yeah. But nonetheless, it's something dope, man. So, okay, it's 7 o'clock. That basically means I'm surprised. I thought Instagram shut you down.
I thought it was after an hour though.
Yeah. So maybe it's because I kept going live with different people. I walked out and went to the bathroom and came back all while this was going on. You feel me? I was like, man.
You did.
But to everybody who has joined, I don't know if it's anybody in here right now. Anybody that's going to watch this on YouTube, I'm about to throw this up on the IGTV for anybody that watches it there. It's been a ride. This is going to add on. That's the next thing I'm going to figure out, how to put this out. Because everybody except for, like 2 people came up here. But shout out to them as well. Shout out to everybody that came through, everybody who did the album. The biggest shout out to Versace, you know what I'm saying? Because you sat here through it all. But before that, even just for helping me to create this, man, and just making the type of beats that forced me to like really rap, to really think about what I wanted to do, to know I couldn't just approach this the same way I approach any other project. So it's only up from here, man. Big salute to you and everything that's going to happen in the future outside of what we're going to do together. I'm sure you got 100 other people. There's going to be 1 million other people for sure. It's about to be, everybody going to be saying that's Versace you stepping on. They're not going to be talking about next Friday either. Straight up.
Nah, man. Honestly, I just want to make music, man. And look, man, you one of the few people that really see it different. So I ain't gonna lie, I appreciate you for that. So definitely.
My love, bro.
But I'm gonna make the music, man. Sir.
Well, all I got to say to anybody else is Goodfellas is out now on all platforms. You can, and Bandcamp, you can go to Bandcamp. You can pay more than the retail if if you rocking with us that heavy. If you rocking with what we doing, you can pay higher. A donation, that money comes right to us. If not, keep streaming it on Apple or Spotify or Tidal, whatever you're using, or you can go to the iTunes store that they have hidden on your phone. You can buy it on there as well. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Shout out to all the artists, like I said.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be up 1,000 more nights because I already been up 1,000 nights, and that's just how we're gonna do it, man. Good fellas out now. I appreciate you, bro. And after 176 minutes and 30 seconds, we're gonna end this live.
Hey, worth the wait, man. Worth the wait. Definitely worth it.
Appreciate you. I'm tapping with you offline though. I'm about to get something to eat now. I've been sitting here way too long.
Dang.
All right, bro. Love.